Hello, my name is Corrine Heck, and I am so very excited to welcome you guys here today to learn more about details and how to create some events on the fly. We're going to do a walkthrough of our entire portal today for you to see some of our new updates and everything. This is our dashboard. This screen will be changing in the very near future, but you'll notice right at the top here, you'll see that you have some upcoming client events and also your prospects. So we have 17 clients and 13 prospects. You can go to your client list if you would like to see all those clients by clicking on this link here or on the prospects list on this area here. You can also reach this up at the top by clicking on client list or prospect list. If you would like to go right in and add a new client, you can click that button, or if you open up your client list, you'll see a really great list of all of your upcoming clients and their event name, and also their event date and the event location. You can also go into your past events should you want to pull up anything that was from the past. But we're also going to open up our prospect list because, of course, prospects are people we haven't quite booked yet, and we're going to add a new prospect. So I'm going to show you how fast it is and easy it is to create a new contract really easily. So we're going to do Elizabeth Taylor's wedding, and of course she lives at 123 Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood, Florida, actually. And then we are going to give her a really great phone number and then enter her email address. So it's pretty easy to get a client information started. Anything that you add in here can be adjusted later. You can also go up if it's it's going to become a client or it is a client, you can click client or toggle it there. But when we click save, the first thing that's going to open up is our event details screen. And you're going to be able to notice that this event tab has opened up, and we can move across here, and once we get to those steps, we'll have a finished contract in no time. So let's just say that it is going to name it Liz and Brad's wedding. It was referred to you maybe by another wedding vendor. You can put the event date in here, so really easily to click through. You can name the type of event and the number of guests, and any notes that you would like to make about this event. So I know she wants a purple and gold wedding, organically styled, lots of dripping flowers. All right, the ceremony is going to be at 4 o'clock, and you can put the event location in there. I always like to collect as much information about my bride and groom before I'll meet with them. So this is a really great way to kind of ask these preliminary questions and really get to know your client. We have this wonderful section in here if you should know their delivery times or setup availability, and you can also fill this in as you start getting ready for this event, or if you know what time their photographer is starting, event is ending. You can always come back to these screens. Any delivery information or locations you can add here, and then any of your vendors. A lot of the times some of these vendors I know will give me an inside scoop into their budget, so depending on who they're hiring or the level of artistry they want within their event. So you can add all of that there. You can also remove any of these sections if you know they're not doing a DJ or so forth, or you can add your own. All right, so the next step is the worksheet. So this is where all of the event information is filled out about this event. We already have pre-populated in here a bridal bouquet, a toss, and a groom's boutonniere, and we've set all of our prices for our standard pricing, so that automatically generates. I'll typically start a contract with a 5% admin fee, which would cover any merchant processing or the time we spend ordering product and so forth. So that's already filtered into my total. If I know how many guests she has, and I know that there's 12 people at our head table, and maybe we're doing rounds of 8, this calculator will help you determine how many guests that you might need for 125. So if she were to say, oh, we have 200 with the same scenario, I know I need 24 tables. So we're going to jump right in here and pick some colors for this bride. You can open up this color palette here. If you happen to know the 6-digit hex code, you can enter it there and click this check mark, which is a great way to add any customized colors. The first thing I'll usually do with my clients when discussing their event is figuring out how many items that they need and what their budget is. So I might ask my bride, how many bridesmaids, how many groomsmen, and these have all this basic numbers for what I typically will charge for this. So when I filter out all this information about them, and we pre-populate it with all of the best most typical choices are, but you can kind of get an idea about where her budget might go. So as we kind of fill this out here, I know she wants a bamboo structure. I'm going to budget $1,000 there, and maybe we're going to do some aisle decor and cocktail pieces, and I think she had 24 tables. So when I roll through here, I can say, okay, well, let's do half of them tall and let's do half of them short, and we'll budget $125 on these. And I'm going to add some labor. So if you roll all the way down to the bottom of the page, I'm going to refresh the screen. I can add on an event supervisor and 2 strike people, 3 designers, and basically I would give this bride a total of a $9,000 job. So if I wanted to just print up a preliminary proposal right now, I could click this proposal button and it will generate that contract. But I want to pick out some flowers. So we're going to go up to this resources tab and let's click on blooms and greenery. So there's a really great database of flowers. I already have green selected, but let me clear that search. And we're going to look for purple flowers for this particular bride. So I like to pull this up with my clients while I'm sitting in a consultation. And what I'll do is basically show them all the pictures of the flowers that I might suggest that would be great for their wedding. Now you can filter it by season. I'm just doing all general purple flowers to get an idea about what this client likes. If there were any kind of particular things you'd like to discuss about certain flowers that you love or loathe, I would express them at that point. We have almost 500 blooms listed in here right now, and we will be adding more as we add on more wholesalers to our system, but you can always preset what stem count costs these are or how much you pay for that and how many stems are in a bunch. So you can customize all of this information. Once you get a good idea of the flowers that you'd like for this event for Elizabeth, you can also pick vaseware. So maybe I know she wants gold vases. You can upload different products and basically get a really nice idea of what vases she might like or pieces from your inventory. If you open this up, you can put the cost of this vase in there, also how many are in your inventory, and then what you rent it for. Now, as far as designs, if they do happen to have a bridal bouquet that they like, you can always click Add Inspiration and upload that customer's picture. But I'm going to go pick some pre-generated recipes from my design catalog. So I have this one I think that she'll like. And what we can do is star this item, and it will add to our design board. And if I open up this recipe, you can see the ingredients that made this bouquet up. So you can also search for different items. So maybe I want to search for bouquets, and I want to search for bouquets that have anemones. This will cross-reference with all the bouquets. Now I do have that one in there quite a bit because I use it a lot in a demo, but you should only have one of those when you start. If you do duplicate a recipe, it will keep the duplicate in there until you replace it with what you've finished. But for example, this bouquet has a lot of this product, so it's really beautiful. We'll use that in this design. So what we're going to do now that we have a really great design board that you can kind of scroll through, I do want to keep in mind that we have all kinds of chairs for you to reference or chargers, different design elements that you might like to showcase for this particular client. Sorry that my internet's a little slow. But if you wanted to reference any chairs, just to get a really good design aesthetic for this event, so you do or can upload different furniture, table numbers, linens, etc. But we're going to go back to the worksheet, and now we're going to start designing this around this budget. So she has a $250 budget. I'm going to drag this bouquet that we loved in here, and maybe she loves this bouquet, but she just wants to add a little bit of purple to it. So we're going to add some Alstro we're also going to add maybe a hydrangea in here. So as you add these blooms, it will pull up and show you what you should charge for this based on the quantities of these stems that you're using and the cost of this product. So if you were meeting with a bride, of course, I probably would not show them our costs for sure. So you're going to want to come down here and flip this privacy mode on. And when you do have privacy mode on, none of the costs will appear, only the prices. So you can move safely through the program and know that you're not revealing any of those. But I'm just going to continue on in the privacy mode off for this demonstration. All right, so if I get this to where I want, maybe I know I need to use at least 6 stems of this Ostro. I can update that, and then that will show me what I should charge. And I'm going to just make an even number because I'm an even number kind of girl. We lock this, and if we lock this, no matter how we change it, this price will not alter. So you can keep that in mind. I would probably add a note to this. Maybe I want it wrapped in ivory fabric. And maybe it's like loose style. If there were any items I forgot to add to my design board and I wanted to add them here, so maybe we decide we want to add succulents or something, you can add those items. It will generate this picture for us up here of this product and how many we want to include. Now please note that I had this locked, so it did not change that price. So you may want to unlock it to really see what you should charge. If I adjust that count, it will show me that, gosh, now that I've added those succulents, I should charge $2.90 for that. So I'm going to. And then we can also build, I'm going to build a centerpiece right now. Let's do some cocktail hour pieces. So we set 3 of these at $35. I'm going to use this gold bubble bowl. And I want to use these purple hydrangeas and this ranunculus. So basically what I like to do is design with what I'm wanting to actually use. Now these products are pretty pricey. If I know that I can get these a little less expensive, I might adjust that just for this reason. But you know, I could get away with charging $36 for that and feel good about it. That's got my margin on it. I'm going to go back up to the top and let's pull this centerpiece in here. So I just want to show you how easy it is to do this. Let's exchange or add some of these purple hydrangeas. And even though they're more expensive, I want to add a little bit purple to this design. And I might take some other things away. So I'm just going to add 4 of these big guys. And I'm going to take out the magnolia. Make sure you hit the X because I kind of missed that. And let's add 10 of these roses. And basically, let's cut back a little bit on this. But this has a heavy greenery, so we can do that. But I'm going to say that's a $350 centerpiece. Actually, I want to add some of these snaps in here too. So I'm going to add 8 of those snaps. And maybe come down a bit on my greenery and so forth, just a tad. So, and if I had a $350 budget, I might adjust this slightly to get it to where it needs to be. And I kind of know where I can give and take. So that makes that really great. Okay, so now we have this outlined. I did go slightly over her budget, but basically this is a $10,000 event. From here, I can adjust any delivery fees. If I click on this, I can add a delivery charge. I can also change the tax rates should I need to. It will automatically generate your payment situation. So right now we're taking $1,000 down. Our second payment's 50% and our final's 50%. So that adds up to the total. If I click the proposal button, it generates this really great, beautiful PDF. So I'm excited to show you this, how quickly we created a few items and set some budgets for some others, but got a really good idea of what this client's wanting. And typically, I think my internet is being very slow. Let me go here. I'll show you from the invoicing page. You can get to the proposal straight from there. It looks like that is not wanting to open. You can also look at it from here. So this is an email that you can generate to your client that will give you a basic description. And if we click View Proposal here, it should pull up the proposal. There we go. And you could just email this right to your client. So that's really great, but this is what they would see. So it has pulled together the name of the event. It would have your logos on here, and the event agreements, the locations, the times, the notes. It's added all the imagery of the flowers that you're using and the vases. Beautiful imagery of anything you might have uploaded there. The budgets for each of these items. So you still have to go back and design, but now you know the process of how to design those pieces. Any imagery of the vases or any uploads of the photos. It also will include your terms, which you can totally customize, and then your payment schedule. So it's all broken down very easily for the clients for which they need to pay. So if we click back on the invoice, once you email to this client, they can accept the terms and pay. So it's very easy for them to accept payment right through the site. So it's really great. If you click on this More button, I'm going to show you a couple other PDFs, and then I'm going to go over this cost page. So our executive PDF is a one-page form for you to give to clients during that initial consultation if you don't want to give them a breakdown. You just want to give them a one-page summary of their event. So that's there. We also offer this recipes PDF that gets created as you're designing the event, which is for your design team. So you're going to print this up, and again, my PDF is being very slow. It's not usually that slow, I promise. But it's pulling all together that information of your bouquet. So this is for your designers so that they know exactly what they need to make. It doesn't include any prices in here, but it does include any notes. So for every bouquet that you design, it's going to be blank if you haven't designed it yet, but just kind of keep that in mind. Here, it's going to say, okay, you need 3 of these at this. So I probably should have did a few more examples in this, but I did want to do a quick summary. And then on the delivery PDF, what this is doing for you is pulling together all the items that you need to collect or deliver for. So it also has the delivery time schedule, an extra checklist so you don't forget anything. I can't tell you how many times I've left without the boutonnieres in the fridge, so this is a really great way to remember and do that one last crossover. It also has a great place for your wedding planner to sign that all items were delivered. And then at the end of the night, it has a great pickup checklist that's already written for you of everything you need to go back and collect. So that's really great for those late night pickups. This is the great part that we've just launched. This is our cost page, and once you get to this cost page, you're going to have to just click through Use New Cost Page. This is our old cost page, but you can choose not to use it. But our new cost page will have your wholesaler links on here. So this is also going to show you a list of all the products that you need to buy for this event. So you can see we need 120 roses. This is showing you the exact stem count of everything you need to order and all the products you need to buy. You could type these in here and say, okay, I bought 10 of these and I bought them for 72 cents, and then you can add whichever wholesaler that you buy that from. But I want to send this order to some of my favorite wholesalers. So let's say, let's send this to Samantha. Oh my gosh, I'm so funny. Oh yes. Okay. Oh, I need to save this first. Okay, my apologies. We just added the save button. So if you do make any changes, make sure you hit save because it's not going to let you leave the page before you do. But let's say let's send this to Samantha Wholesaler. So that's my assistant, and this is our fake account. But what you're able to do is this is going to show you a list of all the product that you need to order. So I want to get a quote from Samantha. And what I can do is I can either pick the items that I want or I can select all, but this shows a running list of all the products that you need to buy for this event from the most to the least. So I'm just going to say, let's get some prices on this from Samantha. So I'm going to add these items on here. Before I save and send this, I'm going to make sure it's all correct. So I'm going to make sure that I update the shipping address of when I would like this product in my hot little hands. And I'm also going to write a note so I can say, hi Samantha, please send me great prices. So you're going to be able to send these orders to your wholesalers. That is a dialogue. So if there's any special requests about this, you might want to list them there. It's a great way to keep a log of what you've communicated. This is going to show how many stems you need, and of course I know if I need 120, I'm going to need to order 125. So I like to round these up And then this will pull in the pricing that you're anticipated spending or that you have budgeted for this event. So if you want to change these at all, if you need less, or maybe you're hopeful that you could get these for, a lower price, you can always put whatever you need to get that for. But once this looks the way you want, you'll click Save and Send, and that will come through to your wholesaler, and you're going to see that you have a quote out to her. Now I want to open this up to show you what the wholesaler might see. So let's open up a new window, and I'm just going to go incognito here so I can log into a different site. And let me see if this is not correct. Wonderful. So I'm logging in. I'm going to skip that right now, and I will see that I have a new request that just came through to this florist for me. So as a wholesaler, I'm going to be able to see what this order is. So and that was not the right one, so I'm going to send you a different one. There you go. Oops, I picked the same one. Sorry about that. All right, so here's the order that we just sent to them. There was a couple that I have in here. And they're going to be able to quote this back. Now, they can also send you any substitutions if this is not a product they offer, but most likely they're going to be able to send you back pricing on this. And once they do, they can say thank you, as they should, and then save and send. So now they have a log of everything that they've sent. But if we refresh this screen here, and sorry for that flipping between pages, we can see that they've already responded to us. So that a quote is ready. So once we do that, it will also start logging in here who we got that quote for and what they're budgeted for us. And it's really kind of fascinating to see that, because we know what we're projected to spend, and as we start ordering, we can see how this works with our budget. So I'm going to open up this Samantha wholesale quote and review what she sent me and also her message. And basically I see her message here. Oh goodness. Okay, so I see that she offered these at 80 cents, and we're going to be able to say yes, 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 accept quote. And that's really wonderful, because now we have a finalized order, and it's going to mark off that we have ordered this product and who we got it from. That's basically our whole tutorial for how to send and receive orders and also to create events. I'm sure you'll have a few more questions. If you do, please join us for our regular Tuesday training at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can gather more information on our website, on our Facebook page, or if you join, you can always reach us here on our Facebook group, which please join our community. It's growing. And yeah, so we're so happy you guys had a chance to join us today. Let me know if you have any other questions. Again, my name is Corrine, and thank you for joining.